I'm one of 350 volunteers that help patients at the Diana, Princess of Wales Hospital.
I'm a volunteer street angel, and we help vulnerable people in Cleethorpes on a Saturday night.
I'm a member of the Collaborative's Over 50 social clubs.
Walk Well have 8 walks in the area every week.
And we all feel great!
When we first sat down to form the clinical commissioning group, we decided it needed to be made up of 3 essential parts. The first one, of course, is the governing body, the people who make sure that our accountability is in place. The second one, at the heart of it all, are the clinicians. We are, after all, a clinically led organisation. The third part, the part that makes us, I think, unique, is the community side of our arrangement. In other words, involving the community in the design of the services, which, after all, they're going to be using in the future. There are so many ways that our community members can be involved and challenge the decisions that are made by clinicians for the delivery of health in this community. Whether it's being part of the triangles where they're designing pathways for health, it could be part of the community forum where they sit and talk about the business of the CCG and how it connects with the community, or indeed with the CORD where we use the membership to carry out consultations and to gather opinions about what we're doing and whether it's the right thing. And that's why we provide the platforms so that can happen. All over North East Lincolnshire you can find great pockets of inspirational ways that the community is helping itself already. We take, for example, the wonderful volunteer breastfeeding peer supporters. I mean, we all know how important breastfeeding is, but it's so much better to hear that from people who have experience. Another group, for example, is the Street Angels. And this is a marvellous group of volunteers who go out specifically with the intent of making sure those people don't come to harm. In Cleethorpes on a Saturday night, and you take people like the Collaborative, the Older People's Collaborative, or the Falls Collaborative, or the Cancer Collaborative. These are people, some of whom have actually faced the problems that they're dealing with. Members of the community who are out there engaging with members of the public, helping them with problems, talking to them on a one-to-one basis. And they play such an important role to delivering good quality health for our community.
Hi, can I give you some information today? We're working
I volunteered in 2011 for the Cancer Collaborative. As my brother-in-law sadly died young of lung cancer, it had a personal interest. So I went along to the meeting and the first training and found it was just right for me. The aims of the Cancer Collaborative are to inform people of what very early symptoms might be. Our most important message about lung cancer is for people to respond to an early symptom such as a 3-week cough, a cough that is not linked to a cold or an existing cough that changes in tone or frequency. So what we suggest to people is that they go and see a GP and have a checkup and make sure that if it is lung cancer, it is seen early, because early diagnosis and treatment gives good outcomes for health. The work is rewarding. I think what I would say to anybody who was considering joining the Cancer Collaborative is just come along, come to a meeting, come to a venue, come along with a friend or on your own, join us and see what you think, because we're making a difference.
The community are involved in the CCG largely through a CORD. The members, anyone in North East Lincolnshire can join a CORD and from there can put themselves forward to be elected onto the community forum. It's free membership. There's a website, there's information leaflets all around the community. It's very well publicised. Positions within the community forum are advertised through the information strands that a CORD have with their membership. Anybody can apply. The community forum meet on a monthly basis to look at specific issues that are affecting the community. We hear news about developments of what's going on within the CCG, and we help to drive forward the CCG's business objectives. Positions within triangles are elected from within the community forum. Within the triangle, there's a clinical manager, there's a clinician, so a GP, and there's a community member. The triangles are equal. There's no hierarchy, so we all have an equal say. And our role as community members is to influence, to challenge, and to gather information and bringing that back to the triangle meeting so that changes can be made, improvements. The community members' role is to be the ears of the clinicians and the managers so that they actually do have that community input. When people get involved in the CCG, they are welcomed, they really do value the people that get involved. And I think for the community themselves, if they can take ownership of the CCG, then they will understand more and the CCG will understand more about what the community needs are. So I think a strong bond there is absolutely critical.
I lost my husband in 2007. He died quite suddenly and we did everything together. And we'd been married 44 years then. After he died, I sat in a chair and that was it. I didn't think I was ever going to get out and meet people. One of my sons talked me into going to the club around the corner. And I thought, well, I'll go. Well, from there on, it's just been absolutely marvellous. Met a load of new friends and we've gone on holiday together, we go out for lunch together. It's made a new life for me. I've got loads of friends, which I class as my family now. The club is run by volunteers and I'm vice chair at St Augustine's. And I go out and help other clubs to get set up so they can benefit from what I've got out of it. It's just changed my life completely because I wouldn't have thought I would have been able to go in and mix and make friends as I have done. I can't believe what I've achieved.
I became involved with the CCG as a community member because I wanted to make a difference. People should join Accord because it's a chance for your views to be heard. I have been involved with several community projects. One with the social work pilot group to find out how the community perceives them. I also worked with the carer agencies as an anonymous caller to the people receiving care and asking them how they felt it could be improved or if they were satisfied with it, and then feeding it back to the managers. That proved very successful. I would encourage anybody to get involved who is interested in people, particularly helping people, because they will find it most rewarding and very worthwhile.
I moved to Grimsby in January 2011 to get away from drugs and the people I was hanging around with and to stay out of prison. I was determined to move on from the past and find work. When I first moved to Grimsby, I got moved into the YMCA and I went into a shared house. When I joined Empower, the volunteers helped me by giving me a personal mentor that helped me do CVs, employability skills, and got me my qualification in plastering. The first project that we got involved with was just general building, like plasterboarding, plastering, gardening. My hard work paid off by me going in early every morning, starting at 7:30 instead of 9. The people we were volunteering with liked how I work and took me on full time. I've turned my life around by volunteering and it's all paid off by getting full-time work. And now I'm partners in a new business with my boss.
The CCG is going to face some real challenges as we go forward. We've got an increased elderly population, new drugs and technologies are coming out all of the time, patients' expectations are rising, and we've got to be able to recruit and retain staff. And we've got to be able to deliver all of these with no additional cash. An active, vibrant community membership scheme for North East Link CCG will help us to deliver ideas that we would never have thought about as doctors and nurses. As a practicing GP, I've seen some real advantages of working with the community. The collaborative work is probably the best example. Patients who use the respiratory collaborative have a much lower incidence of being admitted to hospital as emergencies and can maintain their independence a lot longer. Working with community buddies, they actually understand the disease and how to manage it more effectively. Within North East Lincolnshire, we have significant delays in presentation of people with symptoms associated with cancer. Since the Cancer Collaborative went out into the community, we've seen some real improvements in terms of people realising when they need to get to their doctor. The CCG is committed to making sure that the population of North East Lincs has access to the best quality services available in the country, but we can't do it on our own. We can only do it with the help of our community. And I really urge you to take the opportunity to get involved in the business of the CCG, because with your help we really will make a difference together.